Hi, it's Bryson here. As you can see, I'm having a lovely time out here in nature. I am in a blissful state. I am at peace. I am experiencing serenity. And coming out into forests and really just spending some time, not just by myself, but also out here with friends, just really being present and staying in the moment. It has been a huge critical aspect of my spiritual, journey. And I want to make sure that I clearly state that it's a journey. It's not me being awoken. I still do believe that I have a long way to go. But, I really wanted to share and be very candid about some of the things that I've been going through and that have been transferring inside of me throughout my spiritual journey, because I know that this time that we're going through, for obvious reasons, multiple obvious reasons, is very spiritually stressful for most people. And I am seeing the decline of people's mind, bodies, and souls. And I do plan on releasing a few videos talking about different aspects of my personal spiritual journey, and I hope that you guys would be so kind as to share your experiences and to also bring the debate and debate any sort of topics that I'm bringing up, so that I can continuously be spiritually challenged as well. But one aspect that I want to talk about that is key to what I feel is reaching a higher spiritual elevation, or as many people call hacking the matrix, or my favorite term, which is exiting the spectacle, which is a concept created by critical theorist, I should say, Guy Debord. And he talked about the spectacle and had a novel called Society of the Spectacle, which Keanu Reeves was actually required to read for his role as Neo in The Matrix, because The Matrix did borrow from this concept of the spectacle. And when I try to talk to people about escaping the spectacle, which the best way I can describe what the spectacle is it is a form of programming that has been put into the collective consciousness that causes individuals to continue to do the same failed things that don't lead to true happiness and true fulfillment and a sense of true accomplishment for most people, in society. And there are several reasons why people are part of the spectacle or plugged up to the matrix, as a lot of people use. And I want to talk about just three today. The first is going to be the role that the education system played. The second is going to be, or second or third or whatever, will be mass media, and then marketing. And I'll probably kind of talk about those last two kind of together. And before I go into the part about education, I just want to state how much I do admire educators. And I want to let educators know that I know that they really do care and that they do what they do for fully good faith intentions. And the truth of the matter is that the system that I'm going to be talking about was not created by, the teachers who are just out there every day grinding for their kids. But the education system, unfortunately, is a key part of this matrix programming or spectacle programming that is going on. And like Morpheus said in The Matrix, I ask that you please suspend your disbelief just for a moment and be open-minded as to what I'm going to speak about, because for some people it may be a little strange, and it will also attack certain identities you've attached to your ego. But in going into the education system and where it plays a role in this, The best way I can describe this is that the education system, the way it is set up, it is designed to turn you into an unquestioningly obedient adult that is a worker. Some people might say slave, who doesn't question authority and just follows the plan, even if it's to their detriment. Let me explain. For those who attended compulsory elementary school, I want you to think back for a moment. When you were in school, you were told you were good and smart for doing what? For remaining obedient and for repeating back exactly what was told to you. Now, of course, there are certain courses that are more expressive and free thinking, like the arts. But if you were obedient, did everything you were told, didn't get out of line of the program, of the regiment, the infinite loop, you're good. You're a good boy or girl. Repeat back our version of history that we say is truth. You're a good little boy and girl because you repeated back exactly what we said to you. And so you wonder why we have people who can't think for themselves, who just immediately accept what they are told by authority figures. And we see over and over again throughout history, tyrannical systems take hold. And the thing that's so amazing to me about it is how in denial people are about the fact that we need to change this way of thinking, of blindly obeying authority, because you can look at all of the major injustices and inequities that are in the system. So this tells you that listening to these people unquestionably isn't working, because the injustice you see that pervades the system is a projection of those people's minds. And this parlays me into the other two, which is the mass media and the marketing. So you have mass media. They tell you their version of truth. You have marketing that puts out the ideal way of living, and mass media participates in that too by putting out ideal images through shows of how you should live. And many of these shows or these ideals of marketing project trying to achieve a lifestyle that is very improbable. And so what this results in my opinion, is a society of people who have wonderful, beautiful lives. Yet because they are not fitting a socially constructed narrative of what they should be, what they should look like, what they should have, what they should be doing, that their life sucks. And the truth of the matter is, if you're listening to this video, your life is bountiful. Because if you have a device that can even see what I'm saying right now, you have a bountiful life. You probably have a roof over your head with electricity, hot and cold running water, wonderful friends that you have beautiful experiences with. Just like how I come out to this forest and other forests and have beautiful times with friends. And you get caught up in this false image, and then social media even further exacerbates that, which means to worsen something that's already bad. Because to fit this into this image, people put out curated fake versions of their life to make people think that they're doing things that they aren't really doing, or that they have things that they don't have. And then what that does is that creates the people who see that person's stuff, who are also faking, start feeling depressed, and they each look at each other's profiles and think that their life sucks compared to the other person. Let me tell you a true story. Someone that I know told me about how his wife was very angry at him, going off on him. And she said it was because their relationship is nothing like the relationship of someone that she's looking at through the lens of Facebook. This person's curated version of their life that they want the world to see. So she, in her mind, is buying into this fantasy, when in truth that other relationship probably has just as many, or it does have as many problems as hers. And the biggest and most hilarious irony of this thing that I think is the fact that the person she's probably envying on Facebook because of these ideal pictures are envying her idealized picture of her and her husband. And I pointed this out to him when he was telling me. I'm like, hello? Your wife puts all these lovey-dovey, perfect-looking pictures on her profile too. So people need to awaken to the fact that social media is fake. Not necessarily everybody's thing that everybody puts is fake, I should say. So let me correct myself on that. But it's a curated medium. And then you have the fashion industry, a part of the marketing, puts out these images of body types that most people don't have. And so it convinces beautiful people that they aren't beautiful in their form as it is. Because guess what? Even these models have their body insecurity issues. And so I'm just one single humble human out here just trying to figure this out. And that's what I love about coming out, to places like this. And I would really encourage you, if you're listening to this video, to get out into nature, because gives you the stillness that you need. And where I am is only 30 minutes from Chicago. It's beautiful. So I hope that this short video was intriguing to some people, and that it overall helps raise the spiritual consciousness vibration. Because no matter how much we want to try to cling to our own personal egoic attachments, which I have many, we're all in this together. We're all one. And so I hope that you guys can be strong and be brave and be courageous. Does brave and courageous mean the same thing, right? Or I don't know. But either way, I thank you for taking the time to listen to this video, and you have a wonderful day.